the border thing is pretty serious. And I want to share with you some breaking news that just crossed right now, because the mayor of New York has just promised that he will cooperate. He will cooperate with Tom Homan and everyone at ICE and the federal government and Donald Trump to get the migrants, the criminal migrants, most definitely, right out of New York City. Listen to this.
Those who are here committing crimes, robberies, shooting at police officers, raping innocent people, have been a harm to our country. I want to sit down and hear the plan on how we're going to address them. Those are the people I am talking about, and I would love to sit down with the board of Czar and hear his thoughts on how we're going to address those who are harming our citizens.
You're open to that?
Open to
hearing what their plan is to deport some of these folks, and you think the city, in some circumstances, should cooperate with ICE.
Let me. You know what's interesting? And I was talking to the team the other day. I want you to all go back and Google Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Google what they said about those who commit crimes in our city and what they said in our country. They said those who commit crimes need to get out right away. That was their position. So this is not a new position, because in the state of in the era of cancel culture, no one is afraid to be honest about the truth. Well, cancel me, because I'm going to protect the people of this city. And if you come into this country, in this city, and think you're going to harm innocent New Yorkers and innocent migrants and asylum seekers, this is not the mayor you want to be in the city under.
Wow. Like, what has happened to the world? I mean, all the lefties that were like, how dare you? You don't come near our migrants. Like, all of a sudden, they're singing a really different tune. That was the mayor of New York that just crossed. It just came in right now. Fresh, hot off the presses. And it sounds kind of similar to what Kathy Hochul, the governor of the state of New York, is now saying as well. Listen to this, you guys, because this is revolutionary. This is not at all what Kamala Harris was talking about. This is not at all what we have been hearing from Joy Reid and Rachel Maddow and everybody over there on MSNBC. This is new.
Our immigration system is woefully broken. It's been broken for decades. There was an opportunity to make meaningful change that the Republicans in the House of Representatives killed.
We got to get that one in.
And they should be held accountable for that. But we need to fix the border, fix the system. But I'll tell you this. Those who come here legally, we want to get them jobs. I have 460,000 open jobs in the state of New York. I want them to get the proper work permits. I want them to keep their temporary protective status, if that's what they have. I want to make sure that they're part of contributing to society while they're here. That's separate from people who are criminals. Someone breaks the law, I'll be the first one to call up ICE and say, get them out of here. So there is a difference in categories of individuals. And so I just had a meeting this morning with my team that's been studying all the scenarios that could play out over the next few months and what we need to do to prepare. We'll be announcing more about that. And also making sure that our final requests to the Biden administration are secure. And so that's something else, again, I'll do a report on what we've achieved in the next couple of weeks.
So just to be clear, are you supportive or not supportive of deporting undocumented immigrants whose only crime is either crossing the border or overstaying?
If they're here with legal papers, like they came and they're seeking asylum, like the 224,000 people who came to New York, they're here legally in search of asylum. And that process will play out. But there are other people who commit crimes or are known to be criminals before they arrived here. When those are identified, I'll be the first one to help get rid of them. I don't want them here. Wow. I don't want anybody.
Okay, guys, this is just really, really different than what we've heard before. It's been so bad. Think about this, that they were refusing. I mean, these criminals have been turned loose. They're locked up, and then they let them out loose. Again, it's wild. I mean, you think about poor Daniel Penny. Remember the guy who was trying to save some people on the subway? And they won't let him go on bail, right? They get some astronomical bail number, but you're a migrant and you do something bad and they release you. It's catch and release, catch and release, catch and release. And so here's some numbers that were just revealed. This is crazy. Nearly 60,000 migrants in the city of New York are criminals. Like, what the heck is going on? Read these stats. Out of the 759,218 illegal border crosses now living in the 5 boroughs they call New York City home, 7.7% were either previously convicted of crimes or had criminal charges pending. This is according to ICE. But instead of rounding them up, what do? They give them free hotels with maid service. They give them $350 in food vouchers. There's a whole thing going on because the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, he just said, no more food vouchers. We're not doing that anymore. We can't afford it. All kinds of protests about that. I mean, 60,000 criminals, felony records, roaming around the Big Apple, totally free. You get 670,000 migrants with criminal records that we know about that are here in this country. Like, what are they doing? What are they trying to do? Tom Homan, he's now in charge of the border. I know him well. He's been on this show. He's been on my other shows throughout the years, and he means business. And he's like, let me into these jails. I need to arrest these people and deport them ASAP. And if you don't let me into your jails, then guess what? I'm going into the neighborhoods. I don't have a choice. Watch them.
We're not asking you to be immigration officers. We're asking you to assist us in the jails. Let us in the jail to arrest the bad guy, because if we can't arrest the bad guy in the jail, in the safety and security of a jail, that means they release them back in the community. They're screaming and yelling. They don't want ICE officers in their neighborhoods. Well, guess what? If you don't let us in the jail, you are forcing us into the neighborhood. More officers in the jail means less officers in the neighborhood. It's just simple math.
But no one, we know this, no one in Washington, D.C. can do math unless it adds up to something in their own pocket. Here you go. They're giving them the red carpet treatment, free lodgings, money for food, airline tickets, anywhere in the world. My gosh.